That's why you can get rent for like $90 a month, you know? That's accommodation. What's going on, guys? Ted Carr here from Fruit Living, and I'm currently situated in Hilo, Hawaii, and I actually just bought my plane ticket back to go to Chiang Mai at the end of November. So I want to do a video comparison here on the differences between Chiang Mai and Hilo, Hawaii. So Chiang Mai is in Thailand, and it's a spot where a lot of raw vegans live. Shout out to the raw vegan crew. It's also a spot where a lot of vegans live, and it's just a really easy place to live. It's affordable, great weather, great fruit, great community there. The reason I came back to Hilo after 5 years is because Hilo, in my memory, and still to this day, has a great vegan scene, a great raw vegan scene, a lot of really chill people, great fruit, great weather, and relatively cheap. As far as all the islands go, Big Island is like the cheapest, and then Hilo is like the cheapest spot on the island. One of the cheapest spots on the island. So what's the differences between Chiang Mai and Hilo, Hawaii? Well, let's get right into that. First things first, Chiang Mai I'd say is cheaper, but I got a really cozy deal here. I'm staying in an apartment with 4 people, so my rent gets split in about 4 ways. So I'm only paying 300 bucks a month, which is what I was paying in Chiang Mai. So my rent is actually the same here in Hilo and Chiang Mai, which is amazing. Usually rent here in Hilo would be between more like 600 to 800 bucks a month, whereas Chiang Mai, it's between like 100 and 300 bucks a month. So rent on a whole, as a whole, is cheaper in Chiang Mai and more expensive in Hilo, Hawaii. How about fruit? What's the fruit like? Well, I've been living on avocados, papayas, and bananas here for the past month, and I anticipate I'll be living on those same 3 foods for the majority of my calories for the next month as well. So there isn't so much variety here. There's not a whole lot of variety here in Hilo, and if there is variety, it's like little variety, like cucumbers and tomatoes and like rambutans and longans and low calorie things like that. Yeah, it's got some mame sapote as well. It's got some like rollinia as well. It's got some mangoes. When they're in season, mangoes are amazing for sure. For the most part, it's like papayas, bananas, and avocados all year round. That's like, those are like your staples. There's some other stuff that come and go for sure, but it's usually a bit more expensive. Those 3 are like really affordable all year round, which are great. And there's a reason I've lived on them for this long, because they're so delicious. The fruit selection in Chiang Mai, Thailand is way more abundant. You got way more variety, way more variety. However, here in Hilo, the quality seems to be better. I do appreciate the quality much more here. Another thing about the quality of the produce here is that they have a lot more good looking vegetables. They have a lot more good looking plant life, greenery. And that could be because it's being imported here. It's easy to import here to Hawaii. But whatever the case is, like all the greens and vegetables in Chiang Mai don't look that great at all. And that's why I didn't have them for the longest time when I was there. But now that I'm here in Hawaii, I'll have some greens. They're just much more attractive. So quality of fruit's better here. Abundance of fruit is better in Chiang Mai. Next up, community. Hilo, Hawaii here, man, there's probably, that I know of, there's like a solid, like, you know, 10, 12 people here that are in the vegan, raw vegan scene. And they're amazing 12 people. You don't really need more than 12 people to go through your whole life. Like 12 solid people, 12 people that like feel like family. That's really all you need. So quality of people are really good here in Hilo, Hawaii. At least the people I'm connected with. And they're amazing. Chiang Mai, you've got hundreds of people in the vegan, raw vegan scene that are like all community, that all like know each other. It's like one massive network of people. I wouldn't call it as much of a family in Chiang Mai. It's more of like a network of people. There's a lot of little individual groups going on. But here in Hilo, Hawaii is much more like tighter knit community. So that's really cool. So again, Chiang Mai gets the like abundance of people, whereas Hilo, Hawaii gets like the depth of relationships. It's you get a lot more deeper with people here. As far as other expenses goes, I haven't really bought much else at all. I buy food and I buy rent. That's it. In Chiang Mai, I bought food, I bought rent, and I bought some transportation with like the Songtaus. Here, I don't need to go anywhere. I'm in walking distance. I'm downtown Hilo. That's the benefits of being there. Everything's walking distance. So that's a big perk. Chiang Mai is a lot bigger. Logistically speaking, you gotta like walk so much further, bike so much further. Like you need a bike in Chiang Mai. People say you need a bike in Chiang Mai. Well, I didn't have a bike for the first part. I'm going back to Chiang Mai without a bike. I'll be just using it like Songtao or just walking on foot. But here in Hilo, everything is walking distance. It's beautiful. So that's really nice thing about living here. Everything is so cheap in Thailand. If it's a food, if it's a service, if it's an accommodation, it's gonna be cheap in Thailand, man. Food, services, and accommodation are cheap in Thailand. That's why you can get massages for like $3 an hour. You know, that's cheap, that's a service. That's why you can get rent for like $90 a month, you know? That's accommodation. And that's why you can get like a big rack of bananas for like $2. Food, services, and accommodation in Chiang Mai, Thailand are so cheap. Flights are also very cheap. If you consider flights a service. Flights are also extremely cheap in Thailand. You can fly from like Bangkok to Chiang Mai for like $20 on AirAsia. Here I actually need to fly to Honolulu in a few days to get my Thai visa. And flying from Honolulu round trip from Hilo, that's gonna run me like $120. So flights are much cheaper. I don't know if this is a good idea. My shoes might get wet. Shoes might get wet. So flights are much cheaper. I looked on Google. I asked Google if I could take a boat from here over to Honolulu. No dice, they don't do that. What else? Oh, air quality. This one's huge, guys. Air quality. Air quality, Hawaii, hands down, way better. Cleanest air in the world, right by the ocean. That ocean breeze, baby, just clean air all the time. It's so good. So clean air here for sure. Chiang Mai, Thailand, the city is pretty gnarly, man. You can like taste it. You can taste it on the tip of your tongue when you're downtown Chiang Mai. You taste the pollution. It's quite gnarly. When I stayed there, I didn't stay in the city. When I stayed in Chiang Mai, I stayed out of the city. I stayed at the 700 Stadium. So it's a bit of a ways out of the city. So the pollution wasn't that bad. I didn't really smell it that much at all. Except for in February, March, and April. Those are the 3 worst months to be up north in Thailand. So you don't want to be in Chiang Mai during February, March, and April. You can remember that as FMA, February, March, April. So if you're in Thailand during that time, if you're in Thailand during February, March, or April, go down south. Go to the islands, go to Phuket. You'll have a great time in Phuket. I went there 2 years in a row during the smoky season, and brilliant, love it. Good spot for sure. I'm walking up to a high school right now. Hilo High it's called, Hilo High. And looks like a pretty cool place. I think they have a 400-meter track here. Maybe I'll run around the track. Oh, speaking of running around the track, I'm gonna be hosting a running retreat in Thailand called the Thai Fruit Camp. Be sure to check it out. It takes place December 1st of this year, so it's coming up. Got about a month and a half to train before it starts. It's gonna be a fun fruit and fitness training camp. Lots of running, lots of body weight exercises, and lots of fun. Some really cool people. Grant Campbell and myself are gonna be hosting that. Let's see if I can find a track here at this Hilo High. One of the perks of Hilo is that it's American. So if you're a Canadian or if you're Australian and you don't want to learn Thai, no problem, just come here and speak American, speak English, speak the language so you know how to speak. So it feels very modern, it feels very familiar. It feels like, you know, you're in like a Hollywood movie set sometimes. It doesn't feel like you're in some Asian movie. Everything makes sense here. Everything makes sense. Oh, the gym's like legit open. Check this out. This is crazy. Very rare to see this. Oh, look at that. That's crazy. People in here playing. That's cool. Well, that's that. High school gym class heroes. So yeah, everyone you speak with, like, you can make friends pretty easily here because everyone speaks English. Got to go under there. Got to go under there. Whereas Thai's pretty easy to learn actually, and I made a lot of Thai friends just by like asking the girl at the front desk if she wants to teach me Thai for like $3, $4, $5 an hour. And they're all down because they want to practice their English as well, and they want to make some money. So it's quite easy to learn Thai. You really only need to learn like 100 words in order to speak it, like to have a conversation to get your ideas across and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I don't think there's a track here, but there's probably a track like right up here. You can sense it. Oh, so the coconuts, the difference between coconuts. The coconuts in Thailand are so good. The coconuts in Thailand are so sweet, you can live on them. I'm sure you can live on the coconuts here as well, but they're so much watery, like they're so much more watery, and they're so much more expensive. Here in Hawaii, in Hilo, Hawaii, the coconuts, if they're not free, if you're not climbing up the tree and getting them yourself, then you're probably paying $3 for a coconut. If you get the coconuts in Thailand, again, if you're not getting them for free, you're paying for them, you're probably gonna be paying about $1 each. So the coconuts here in Hawaii are $3 each. The coconuts in Chiang Mai are $1 each. The coconuts here are not as sweet. The coconuts in Thailand are delicious. They're so sweet. So that's the verdict on coconuts. Chiang Mai definitely wins on those. How about ordering stuff? Ordering stuff online. It's definitely easier to order stuff online here than it is in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Stuff to get to Chiang Mai, Thailand could take like 3 to 4 weeks to get there. It's crazy. It takes forever. Whereas here in Hawaii, if you order something off Amazon Prime or something, it gets here in like 3 or 4 days. So it's not that bad at all. We have found the track. Huh, I could run a lap, definitely. Seems pretty cool. I think that just about wraps it up. I answered like a lot of questions. If there's anything I didn't answer, let me know in the questions below and I'll get to that. Oh, as far as visa goes, how long can I stay here as a Canadian? I can actually stay here for 6 months total if I filled some paperwork. If I don't fill out any paperwork, then 4 months. So default 4 months. You can get extension for another 2 months to make it 6 months total. Unless you're married here, unless you got a company here, or you got some sort of working visa or something, or student education visa or whatever. And pretty much max 6 months otherwise for a Canadian. And then for Thailand, it's so easy to get a 1-year visa. It's so easy to get a 1-year visa. I'm actually gonna get a 1-year visa this time, and it's so cheap that I'm getting the 1-year visa, and I'm probably only gonna stay for 6 months of that because I want to go back home in Canada for the summer. So I'll get a 1-year visa coming up, and then I'll just stay there for 6 months. Anyways, I'm on the track now. This is really cool, except it's like dirt, you know? So like when I run, I can feel the dirt like flicking up and getting on my calves, which is a little weird, but anyways, let's run. Peace out, guys. See you at the Thai fruit camp if you want to come to that. Adios. What is it?
Rollinia. Sexy Rollinia.
Some people call it a biddy bar.
A what?
A biddy bar.
Oh, wow. One on my face for sure.
It tastes like lemon meringue pie.
That's from Pam. It's from Pam's 3.
Thanks, Pam. Cool.
Thanks, man.
Can I smell it?
Yes, you can smell it.
Oh, it smells like a good one.
Yep. Have you been eating them?
No. Mmm. Delicious. Well, enjoy your breakfast. Neighbor. Here's what we got. We got some avocados. These were picked from the lady's tree this morning. They look like they're gonna be good. And here we got Joey B.
Hey, you buy weeds for it, that's a big difference.
Look out, my whole freezer's full.
I like this.
Friend's room versus my room. Myself, I'm a minimalist. My friend, not quite a minimalist yet, but maybe one day. But his room is pretty dope, I like it, and we're gonna do a comparison, comparing his room to my room. So I'm just gonna grab the camera now, and Joey B is gonna give you a tour of his room.
Sweet, what's up guys? I'm Joey B, one of Ted's buddies. So I guess that first thing, where you can just look at it, it looks pretty different compared to just the first glance. You know, Ted's room is very blank, my room is not. One of the big differences I think with maybe my room versus a minimalist is